Haley Dieter.
And I'm Avery Lurie.
And this is The Outlet!
In this episode of The Outlet, Shoker students Deshaun Long, Destiny Calhoun, and Sarah Askew share their passions free from the stresses of college applications, work, and school.
Stay tuned for important stories, captivating experiences about our guests, and make sure you like and subscribe to the Chronicle so you never miss an episode. So first we'd like to start by introducing our guests.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Destiny.
I'm Deshaun.
So great to meet you guys.
Yeah, hi guys. How are
Great to be
you?
here.
So we wanted to really talk to all of you guys because all of you have really interesting passion projects that you've been working on outside of school. I know for you, you do hiking, you're a published author, I mean that's insane, and obviously you're an entrepreneur, which is just incredible, and all of you guys have done such great stuff, so we just want to talk about it.
Would you guys talk a little bit about what your passion projects are?
I'll begin. So I started my clothing brand about a year ago with the name of MTM Clothing. That stands for Make That Move, because I started by making that move. Like, this was really never my goal. I wanted to go into engineering, but one day I decided to try something new in the summer, and I was on Shopify, and I seen that they had a free trial, so I started a clothing brand. Started off by selling beanies, and now I'm just selling almost anything.
That's so cool.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
When I was in middle school, we had a lot of assignments where we had to write poems,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad would look at some of the poems, and he thought it would be a good idea to combine our poems into a book. And he already has a children's book series, so he already knew how to go through with publishing it at all. So he wrote up his poems, and then we put them together, and then he published them last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I read your book. It was actually really, really good, and I loved your point of view. Do you want to explain why you wrote about what you did?
The first poem that I wrote, I think it was the I Have a Dream poem,
Mhm.
and it was for an assignment in 7th or 8th grade where we had to make up our own I Have a Dream speeches based off Martin Luther King's. Then the other poems, I kind of just stemmed from that and just kept writing about my perspective on certain things.
For anyone that doesn't know, all of her stories are basically just letters to the world.
Did your dad look at the poems and he was like, wow, these are amazing, we should publish them? Yeah.
That's so incredible.
Basically, I've always been into nature, more specifically being in the remote aspect of it where there's just absolutely no man-made things at all. So this past summer, for about the second or third time, I went backpacking in Alaska this time for a month, and a big group of us, it was pretty small, it was only about 11 of me and a bunch of other people from around the country, all strangers. We hiked across the Chugach mountain range right by Denali. I'm pretty sure it's a national park.
Mm-hmm.
And it was incredible. I don't think I could have ever imagined it would be that amazing. I've always loved camping, but that was a really big thing, a big step up, but it was an amazing experience.
What led you to want to do it?
Well, really, I was just kind of sick of, being trapped at my desk, doing the same thing every day. I've never really been much of a city person, plus I love cold weather, and it seemed like a great way to detach and, find what I actually really care about outside of this is what I want to do because I want to go to college, or what am I going to do after college, but rather just be in the moment.
Deshaun, are there any designs of yours that you really like? Which one is your favorite?
Probably the ones I just made. Probably the ones I just made because they were more Christian based.
Mm-hmm.
I have this hoodie. Some people look at it wrong, but it has a strong meaning behind it. It basically means let go of your past and follow Jesus, because I'm Christian. So my brand is sort of like a Christian brand, but at times it's a brand for everyone. So that was my favorite design I've created, because it required a lot of thought, because I combined Lego and then Jesus Christ to form Lego of the past.
Is there any reason why you wanted to tie your religion into your brand?
Because I feel like as a Christian, I should spread the word, and also I feel like it was so creative to where some people may look at it wrong, but I know what it's for, and someone who could appreciate this really like it. So.
When you say look at it wrong, like how do people perceive it?
So some people thought of it as blasphemous because they had Jesus on, because I have Jesus on like a Lego cross. So some people look at that wrong, but in my eyes, it's not blasphemous as there's a deeper meaning behind it. And it's not like saying that like Jesus is like a toy or anything. It's saying that instead, let go of that, let go like all that you have trapped and follow him because he has the way. So if you trust him, he will follow you. If you trust in him, he will guide you.
Destiny, can you tell me a little bit about the publishing process of your book and how this came to be?
I know that my dad, he's self-published, and I think he went through Kindle distributors, I think. That's all I really know about the publishing process, because he kind of did all of that on his own. For the last couple of poems, I did experience a little bit of writer's block, because I didn't really know what to write about. And then most of my dad's poems were like kind of based off of mine, so I would have to start it so that he could do his. So it was a little bit of a struggle towards the end.
If I'm remembering right, please correct me if I'm wrong. One of your stories, I think, was about experiences you had with bullying. Do you want to touch on that a little bit and give your perspective?
I wrote that poem in 8th or 7th grade for Bullying Prevention Month. It took a little while to come up with like kind of the rhyme scheme for it to make sure I expressed everything that I wanted to in it. But I really liked how that one came out. That's one of my favorite poems out of there.
That's the one I really liked too. It really spoke with me.
I noticed that like right now, a lot of people, especially on the Chronicle, actually are getting really into poetry. Is there any poet that you really love or you really enjoy reading?
Maya Angelou.
Do you have a favorite poem by her?
No, I really like all of them.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to choose. She's pretty great.
Sarah, tell me about the toe.
Oh my god. Okay, so you will not believe how many questions I've gotten about this ever since I like first mentioned it to Ms. Dowling. But basically, for anyone who hasn't heard about it, I on the trip, it was about halfway through. We were in the higher elevation, so it was like 5-6 feet of snow-ish. Then the next day was about 8. But one of my friends, he was my tent mate. Basically, we had to go from the kitchen to the tents. We had to go across a slush river every day for 2 days because we couldn't switch camps. The storm was too bad. His name was Tyru, and he did not take care of his feet. That's a big thing in Alaska, and especially in trips where you're wearing the same shoes, the same socks, and living out of your backpack. Keeping things dry is very important, especially to your foot health, and he did not do that. He went to bed with wet socks, and basically his middle toe between the big toe and like it was his second from I don't know this.
Yeah.
But it turned black after like a day or two because his sleeping bag was also ripped and also wet because so he was really going through it. Had to share a sleeping bag with a couple of kids for a few nights, but his toe was black, and it got so bad it started to like rot because it was dead and it wasn't getting proper circulation. So and to get evac is thousands of dollars, so he was like, man, just cut it off. Don't tell the instructors, because he didn't want to get sent off. It's like a big deal to get helicoptered out. So I was like, okay, I'll do it, because no one else wanted to. And so I took I had a Swiss Army knife, and I sanitized it. We put hand sanitizer. This was after he already had like 2 or 3 stick and pokes, so he was fine. He was desensitized. It didn't really hurt all too much for him, simply because it was dead. It was kind of gross, but it wasn't bad. It was probably like a 30-second thing, and he ended up being fine. He came home and he like went to the doctor. They finished it off. They're like, actually, it looks pretty good. I was like, I mean, hey, but yeah.
Maybe it's the sign to be a doctor.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
It's your calling.
I guess so.
So, like, cutting off someone's toe, that's kind of insane.
Yeah, I've always been kind of into like the medical field. That stuff has never really icked me out. I do want to be a veterinarian, so I was like, why not? Like,
Why not?
It's
Free
a
practice.
good story to tell.
It is a good story to tell.
Like, who did you travel with?
Okay, so it was 14 kids my age. They were 16 to 17 years old then. And 3 instructors. All the instructors were women. It was pretty cool. Because our male instructor dropped out last second. But the 14 people, there were 10 boys, 4 girls, and they were all over the U.S. It was just random people that also signed up to do it. There's some from Maine, Colorado, a lot from the California Bay Area, Virginia, Carolinas. We had a lot of really cool people from all over, people who had either never been outside a day in their life and were clearly not aware of what they were doing, and people who have led their own backpacking trips as 16-year-olds. Like, there was one girl, so cool. She led her own backpacking trips along the Appalachian Trail. She took like 10 8-year-olds by herself on like 2-week backpacking trips. It was pretty cool. A lot of really cool people that I still stay in touch with, because you get so close over that amount of time, just spending every second with each other. It's pretty cool.
Destiny, what's your favorite part of like the writing process?
My favorite process would have to be like the brainstorming for it, because like I really like to use analogies, and I like to like come up with stuff and then try to compare it to other things. So I really like the brainstorming aspect of it.
I hope you know we're going to try to recruit you for the Chronicle. Just be aware. Just be aware.
We should have a poetry section on like the paper.
Yes, like you would kill that. You would do so good at it.
That'd be great.
Like, I don't know if any of you have actually read her poems, but they are truly incredible. They're really, really, really good.
I'll have to.
What's Discussions with Destiny?
Letters to the World. It's
You can get
it's
at college
really
counseling.
good. Yeah, that's
Amazing.
where I got it.
Amazing.
It was incredible,
Oh,
and they really
I
like
have to
hyping
stop
her
by.
up. Yeah, it was really, really good. I read it in bio. Shout out Miss Slater. So I want to talk more about your clothing brand, because I see you wearing it at school literally all the time, and it's just really good. There's really no other way to put it. It's just really good. How did you come up with these ideas, and
Like
how
the
did you
concept.
get it to the level that it is now, and like marketing and that kind of stuff?
So, at first, I began by like selling like beanies from Temu.
Of course.
Exactly. I was selling that at my old school, Academy Prep, and I started off by selling that, but like I felt like at one point I realized that like, that really isn't what I want to do, and that's like really not my work. So I began to form that my like standpoint, my brand, and that's based on like movement. You know, whenever you want something, you have to move towards it. So that's my whole ambition behind my brand. So every single release I make is about some sort of movement or some sort of, you know, getting closer to something. So that's my whole basis of like what I release. You know, these t-shirts I wear, I'm pretty sure I wore like a few days ago. Those are based off of like old comic strips. That's where I got the design from. I added some words to it, changed it up. That really doesn't have like a meaning to it. Instead, it's just like a throwback to like old times, and you know, being like a kid, and you know, being like a child. So that was like my whole basis behind that. But you know, I just try my hardest to make pieces that I enjoy myself, but also the people.
So you would say designing is your outlet.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
You ate that up.
Yeah. Were there any people in your life who were kind of your number one cheerleaders when designing, and who really encouraged you to pursue this passion?
Definitely my grandma and my best friend, because without my grandma, first of all, I wouldn't be able to do this. And when she first seen like her taxes, because everything's under her name, when she sees her taxes, she almost killed me first, because I have like a lot of money. So yeah, I really like thanks to her, 'cause, like without her, I wouldn't be able to do this. You know, like she helps me a lot. She helps me package. You know, she really does like a lot for me. And also my mom, she always takes me to the USPS, and she makes sure that everything is okay. She keeps on top of everything. And my best friend, she has always like been here to encourage me. Like no matter what happens, she's like my biggest supporter. You know, so thanks to all of them.
How do you market your clothing?
I market through Instagram, Meta ads, Facebook, sometimes Pinterest, and also I want to start doing pop-up shops soon. So.
Really? What are your, like, are you planning that really soon in the future?
Yeah, really soon as well. And I have this release coming soon, and I want to do my first like official photo shoot and become more. What's the word I want to use here?
Professional?
Yeah, more professional.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, maybe give us a little when your pop-up shop is going to be? We can tease it a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely sometime around March. Yeah, sometime around March, early March. That's also when my first photo shoot is gonna be. Oh yeah, and my brand new on Instagram and on TikTok. It's 101 MTM. So yeah.
Go follow.
Follow
Go
him.
follow.
And you know you're lame. Yeah.
Exactly.
A second.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So, sometime in March, early March.
Yeah.
Save the date.
Watch out for it.
Yeah. It will be announced.
It should be advertised on the Chronicle.
Oh, maybe it will be, maybe it will be.
Sarah, what have been the most rewarding and challenging aspects of hiking in Alaska?
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm sort of the most rewarding. Honestly, it's the people. Like, when you have so little, when you have like 40 pounds of things or on your back, like, tangibly you have very little. You learn to rely on the people around you a lot, and you get very, very close, and you almost feel like you return to that childish part of you, because you're making games in the dirt again. You're like telling stories and like listening to listen, not listening to have a response. It's really, really nice to get that close to anybody, especially strangers, and leave like you have another family. It's like, not to sound cheesy, but it is how it felt.
Are you still in contact with like all the people?
I am, yeah. We text every day, send each other like haha funny reels and whacked Snapchats like, oh guys, look at this throwback video I found in my digital. And okay, for the challenging part, is almost equally as rewarding somehow is learning to be comfortable when you are uncomfortable, which sounds extremely paradoxical, but when you are like freezing and it's raining and you have nowhere to hide from the, like, there's no house to go into, no fresh pair of clothes to change into, you begin like the trip like, oh, I'm miserable, this is terrible, I'd rather be anywhere else, I just want to lay down and cry. But then at the end, we find ourselves like doing funny dances. Like, we called it type 2 fun. I'm pretty sure maybe you've heard of it. It's like the kind of fun that's so miserable you just have to laugh about it. Like, and when you can learn to be happy in uncomfortable situations, you can push yourself so much further. Like, oh, the pain or the discomfort's temporary. It doesn't really matter. It's not that deep. Just, you're gonna get through it. Yeah.
What were some of the games that you made in the dirt?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay. Some I probably shouldn't mention, but others, I don't know. We had like a fun rain dance that we'd all do. If it was like below zero and somehow like we were all just in like slush, it was disgusting. We were freezing. To keep from getting frostbite, we would all do this, like, it looked like a kind of like a culty ritual dance, but it was really fun. This might be a little bit gross, but another thing that you get desensitized to, because there are bears out there, you can't leave each other's proximity at all. You have to be within like less than 30 feet of anybody at all times while screaming every 5 seconds. So then you kind of get sick of people. So when you use the bathroom, you have to bring a group of 4 with you. So it was just everyone used the bathroom together. So we would sing songs to each other and like play really funny games, and it's definitely a bonding experience. But yeah.
So you'd be taking like a dookie and then like someone would just be like singing in your ear?
You'd say song requests and they'd give you a song and you'd all have to to sing it together.
It's
Or-
like those bathrooms in China where they play the music for like the people who are like shy.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, all the people that were really pee shy, we sang very loudly for.
So generous.
I know. It was like we were each other's radios because we didn't have any technology at all. So for the 30 days, we acapella'd everything.
Perfect.
It was pretty great.
Are you like a trained singer now?
One could say.
Do you want to give us a little taste?
Yeah, good. I think I'm good.
It's just too beautiful.
I don't want to hurt you guys like that.
What were some of the songs that you sung? Like, what was your favorite one?
Okay, so there's a whole lot of like dad rock, and a lot
Dad rock? Like
what
no,
time
dad
now?
rock, like a whole bunch of I don't know, Journey, Fleetwood Mac,
Yeah.
yeah, all the above. It was because we all somehow had the same music taste. A whole lot of repeats, and when we were on the trail, we would go down taking turns singing because you had like it was a better alternative to screaming every few seconds because obviously you have to let the bears know
Yeah.
let them know that you're there so they don't get agitated.
Destiny, what skills or valuable experiences have you gained from writing your poems?
I would say that I definitely improved my writing skills with working on that poem book. I also worked on my patience because it did take a little while for my dad to get it all together and then publish, and then for his friend to illustrate all the pictures for it. So I think really just my writing and my patience.
Is there anything, this is kind of for all three of you, that you're going to do in the future to evolve this passion?
To be honest, I don't know where my brain's gonna go in the next few years. I hope up, of course, but like, I really don't know like how big I want to be. Like, I feel like over the years, if I continue doing what I'm doing, I could be not as big as Nike and stuff, like big as brands like maybe like Hellstar. Maybe you guys heard of like Hellstar,
Yeah.
brands like that. Because what I want to do is like get to the point where I know my true value of my brand and I know my worth. So that's just where I want to be.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the brand's pretty good. I will say the brand is pretty good.
Your shoes are even matching your shirt. I love
Yeah,
that.
you're so
love
stylish and coordinated.
I
Put
love
together. You're him.
Just have you always been a fashion guy?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
One of the things that I have to do. I have to.
of course.
I can't wake up in the morning, see like my outfit has to be right. It has to. I'm going to stay in the house.
Sets the
I'm gonna
mood.
stay.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say about like evolving your penmanship?
I haven't been writing a lot of poetry, so I want to try to write some more and then probably promote the book a little bit more because I usually just leave that all to my dad to do.
I'm sure if you told people here at Shortcrest that you wrote a book, they would love to read it. I know
Oh,
that's how
yeah.
I felt when I heard
I know.
about it.
She's doing it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm gonna go read that book.
Yeah.
Thank you, college counseling. I'll be
Yes.
listening.
We will visit. But I know a lot of people would really love to hear what you have to say, and especially because all of your stories are just so, what's a good word I'm looking for? Impactful, yeah. I was going to say meaty, but that didn't quite feel right. So like impactful.
Destiny, I actually have been really wanting to write a little bit of poetry. Are there any advice that you would have for me?
I would say just don't think too hard about it because that's really what made me have like the writer's block towards the end. Just like when you get into it, have like a free mind. Kind of know what you want to do, but don't like limit yourself to that.
I think we should apply that to everything.
I agree.
Yeah. Wise
Well
words
said.
from A.
Wise
Larry.
words. When did you really like start your whole writing journey?
I would really say 6th grade. I think I did, well actually 5th grade because I did creative writing during virtual school. And then I kept on with that until 6th grade. And then I just started, I really liked to, English was one of my favorite classes. And I just really liked to do the writing things and I would put a lot of effort into my writing. And then 7th grade is really when I started getting into poetry.
Any future projects in store? Like anything even you think that you might want to do?
I'm definitely thinking about it, and then I also like art, so I'm gonna try to see if there's like a way to like embed the poetry into the art.
Do you think you want to illustrate your own? Well, when that happens, come to me first. I will like read it and promote it.
So we're going to unplug the cord from the outlet.
Okay.
And
That was so bad.
sign off. And thank you guys so much for coming. And is there anything you guys want to?
Any advice you
Yeah.
want to give to people who might want to pursue their passion projects?
Just move.
Hey, that was good. That was good. Anything else?
If the outlet doesn't work, you change the cord.
Yeah, okay. Calm down with the jokes there, buddy.
Oh god. Really just do things because you love them, not because like, oh, it'll get me further, it'll get me into college, or because people say I should do it because you love it.
Don't limit yourself and always try to think outside of the box.
Okay, let's
Okay.
unplug that one.
We gotta make her stop talking. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you next time.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, thank you guys for joining us.
Of course. Bye.